All right, Cowboys Nation, buckle up because we have absolutely massive breaking news shaking the foundations of the NFL world today. And it involves none other than America's team making a stunning move that could shift the power balance in the NFC. Yes, you heard that right. The Dallas Cowboys, led by the one and only Jerry Jones, have reportedly locked in veteran linebacker Eric Kendricks in what might just be one of the most surprising twists of the season or even this decade. And while the official figures are still floating in the realm of speculation, there's one number that's on everyone's lips right now. $300 million. Yes, $300 million is the figure that's being tossed around in the football universe today. And while that number may sound absolutely jaw-dropping for a linebacker who's been in the league for nearly a decade, this story has so many layers to it that we need to unpack it all right now, right here in detail. Now, if you're new to the NFL world or just catching up on free agency drama, Eric Kendricks isn't just some random veteran pickup. This guy has been one of the most consistent, intelligent, and effective linebackers in the league since he was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings back in 2015. This is a player who not only knows how to find the football, but knows how to lead a defense, read offenses before the snap, and rally his teammates in big moments. And when you consider the state of the Cowboys linebacker core, you start to see why this move is more than just depth. It could be transformational. Kendricks is that sideline to sideline presence who racks up 100 plus tackle seasons like clockwork with quick instincts, great pursuit angles, and a knack for being in the right place at the right time, especially in coverage. This isn't just a guy who hits hard. He's a cerebral player, a field general, and exactly the kind of veteran presence you want on a team looking to make a serious Super Bowl push, not just scrape into the playoffs. So what makes this signing so fascinating beyond the fact that it seems to come out of nowhere? Well, it's the context, the layers behind it. Kendricks had options. He wasn't a desperate free agent just begging for a roster spot. In fact, earlier in the year, reports had him leaning toward signing with the San Francisco 49ers, a team that is perennially in the NFC title conversation, but in a stunning turn of events, he reportedly flipped and chose the Cowboys instead. Why? Two major factors seem to be at play here. Number one, a reunion with defensive mastermind Mike Zimmer, who coached Kendricks during his prime years in Minnesota. And number two, a potential promise, spoken or unspoken, by Jerry Jones himself, that this would not just be a one-year rental, but part of a long-term vision. That's where this mysterious and massive $300 million figure starts to rear its head. Now, let's be real for a moment. No linebacker in NFL history has ever signed a $300 million contract. Not Ray Lewis, not Luke Kuechly, not Bobby Wagner, nobody. So is this number a literal figure or symbolic of something else? Like, is it a multi-year package that includes incentives, performance bonuses, a coaching transition clause, marketing deals, endorsements, and future positioning in the franchise's organizational structure? We don't know yet, but the fact that multiple sources are echoing that number without official denial from the Cowboys front office has people buzzing. Now let's not forget who we're dealing with here. Jerry Jones is not just any NFL owner. He's a marketing genius, a headline magnet, and someone who thrives on spectacle, legacy, and dynasty building. If there's one owner in the league bold enough to give a veteran linebacker a record-shattering deal as a statement to the league, it's Jerry. He's the guy who traded 2 first-rounders for Joey Galloway. He paid Ezekiel Elliott top running back money when running backs were depreciating. He rebuilt AT&T Stadium into a sports palace. Jerry thinks in legacy terms. He doesn't just want to win games. He wants to win headlines, sell jerseys, build brand loyalty, and position the Cowboys as not just a football team, but a global brand of dominance and prestige, bringing in a respected high IQ veteran like Kendricks and possibly tying him into a massive long-term compensation plan might be exactly the kind of bold move Jerry makes, not because it's financially logical in the usual sense, but because it sends a message: we're all in. This would fit a larger narrative that Dallas is reinventing its defensive identity, not just relying on flashy pass rushers like Micah Parsons, but building a defense that can command the middle of the field with intelligence and discipline. Let's also not overlook the possibility that this deal, if the $300 million figure proves to have any factual basis at all, could involve some kind of deferred compensation model, including post-career bonuses, coaching transition guarantees, media obligations, and more. Almost like a hybrid player ambassador staff role. Think of it this way. If Jerry sees Kendricks not just as a linebacker for a season or two, but as a core piece of the Cowboys' defensive brain trust for years to come, then such a large total compensation number becomes at least theoretically plausible. But until we see the contract structure, we'll have to stay in the realm of speculation, which, let's be honest, is where a lot of the fun lies. Meanwhile, let's not lose sight of the on-field implications. If Kendricks is healthy, motivated, and given a leadership role on this defense, he could become the bridge between old school discipline and new school athleticism. He could be the one calling the plays, making adjustments on the fly, and serving as the mentor that rising players like Damone Clark or DeMarvion Overshown desperately need. And in case you've forgotten, the NFC is wide open right now. The Eagles have been sliding, the 49ers are in flux with cap and contract questions, and the Packers are still figuring out their identity. If Dallas tightens up its defense, adds Kendricks as a stabilizer, and avoids injuries, this team could make a serious postseason run, and the fans know it. The internet is already ablaze with takes, reactions, and memes, from over-the-top celebrations to skeptical breakdowns of the cap situation, and frankly, that's exactly what the Cowboys want. They are once again at the center of the conversation. The Cowboys don't need to be perfect, they just need to peak in January. If Kendricks helps elevate their defense into the top 5 in efficiency, it doesn't matter if he's not running a 4.4 anymore. What matters is that he knows what's coming before the offense does, and he gets everyone lined up right. And again, we're not just talking tackles and sacks. We're talking film study, pre-snap calls, tight end coverage, linebacker to safety communication. All the things casual fans don't always see, but that win games in December and January. That's what Kendricks brings. So while we wait for confirmation on the contract details, one thing is already clear. This signing is not just a roster move. It's a message. It's a statement that the Cowboys are not playing small ball in 2025. They're aiming big, going bold, and if that means swinging hard with an outrageous deal to get their guy, so be it. Because in Jerry's world, legacy costs money. Dominance costs money. Winning when it counts costs money. And if Kendricks is the missing piece to a Lombardi run, then Jerry